Good evening. This is the Dean of all things spicy with conjured vapors peppers. I'm here to do a pepper review. This is a 7-pot Brainstrain long. So I did a review of a pepper that I assumed was a 7-pot Brainstrain long, but it was unlabeled. This one happens to be labeled, so I can tell you with fair certainty that that is what it is. So we'll cut it open with my pepper dissector, and we'll see how she looks on the inside. And this will give me a chance to tell if my guess from that previous pepper was right. Now, I don't remember what I said about that pepper. My memory is not that good. But I can always go back and look, and so can you. Ooh, that's a whole lot of placenta. So, if anybody doesn't know, this spongy material is the pith or the placenta. And that is where the capsaicin resides in the pepper. Yeah, that's a lot of placenta, which means it could be a very hot pot. 7-pot Brainstrain long. Here we go. So that is an almost entirely bitter pepper. There's a tiny, tiny hint of sweetness right on the front end, but only the barest hint of sweetness. The rest of the pod was bitter. I did not feel any heat during the chew at all. It's now starting to hit my throat, and it's climbing. So I can't tell you yet where it is. With the fact that it was purely bitter, I cannot recommend anything you could cook with this pepper unless you're going to put it in a stew. Something with a really, really deep flavor. A chicken-mole, maybe? Something with a really thick sausage flavor. You could get away with this pepper in something in a pot, and not just like a watery soup. It's got to be something thick. It will do well with those. So it's still climbing. It's now an entire mouth burn. It did start out in the throat, and it has gravitated to the entire mouth. And it was really interesting too, because it really literally started here and moved all the way up to the front. Still climbing. Can't tell you where the heat resides yet. Hope you're all having a good day. I had a good day. A little bit of work. Spent the rest of the day with the family. Did a couple burns earlier today with some really close friends. So it hasn't peaked yet, but I'm going to say this is about 1.4 million Scoville heat units. Could be wrong. We'll see. It's not a super tasty pepper, but at the same time, it's not a super disgusting flavor. As long as you're okay with bitter, really not a bad pepper. So it seems like the heat has peaked. I can feel it in my belly now. It's usually a sign of something that's 1.5 million, but I haven't started tearing up. I think my eyes might be starting to get a little bit watery. Just starting. So interesting how floral flavors and bitter flavors used to be gross to me, and now they're fine. I mean, I prefer if I have them together, but either one is not horribly disgusting any longer. So I'm going to say that this was a 1.4 million Scoville heat in a pod. I don't. I can sense glassiness coming in the eyes. They're a little watery, but no tears have formed. That's what I'm going to say. That's my thought, my guesstimate on this pepper. It is an entire mouth and throat burn. You know, when they called a pepper a seven pot, supposedly it was because it could heat up 7 pots of food or 7 pots of chili, whatever that was. Who knows if that was the accurate reason why it was called that, or seems logical, or if that was even the original name. No clue. But for the average human being, yes, this pepper could heat 7 pots of food. For a chili head, it's probably a 3 to a 4, maybe a 5. Depends on who you are and how strong your tolerance is. Me, it's about a 2, perhaps a 3. And when I say 1 to 10, I'm talking on a pain scale. 1 being no pain at all, 10 being something that's absolutely unbearable. So it's a good burn if you like entire mouth burns. This one was not horribly attacking the throat; it was just in the throat. So it was actually a comfortable burn if you can handle hot. Anyway, that would be the end of this pepper and the end of this review. So this is the Dean of all things spicy with Conjured Vapors Peppers. I hope you all have a beautiful night. I hope you all have a wonderful day tomorrow. Have an absolutely beautiful night. Love you guys. I'm out.